I must warn you, this video is not for the faint of heart. We've got juicy updates that are so scorching hot that your screen might just melt. As you've witnessed, the Dutton family doesn't do things half-heartedly, and neither do we. We've scoured every source and squeezed every leak, from filming and premiere date to cast and exclusive interviews with the show's creator, and you won't believe this. Keep watching because what we've uncovered about Season 5 Part 2 is pure, unfiltered, 100-proof excitement. And now, let's start with Yellowstone Season 5. Is it cancelled? First, there's been a ton of behind-the-scenes drama. We've heard whispers, rumors, dark clouds hanging over the scenic landscapes of the Dutton Ranch. And yes, it's delayed the show's return. But here's where the sun breaks through those clouds. There will be a second part of Season 5, and it's confirmed. But sadly, it is the final curtain. The first part of Season 5 broke viewership records, climbing peaks we didn't even know existed. We're talking millions glued to their screens, basking in the chaos that only John Dutton and company can deliver. But Deadline spilled the beans that the second part of Season 5 will be the final set of episodes for our beloved show. And it all boils down to scheduling conflicts with Kevin Costner. Yeah, we know, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid that's been superglued to your soul. But wipe those tears, because even if it's a farewell, it's going to be a fireworks finale that sends shockwaves through your very core. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 premiere date. You won't believe this. Keep watching because Deadline gave us all a ray of hope, revealing that we could expect Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 in November 2023. But just when we thought we're back in the saddle, bam! The sky falls. The Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA, the unions for the writers and actors, declared a strike. So what? What does it mean? It means the people who make the magic happen are putting down their pens and scripts. Now, Luke Grimes, who plays Casey Dutton, dropped some bombshells in a pre-strike interview, and he confirmed that filming is on pause until the strike is over. He put it best: that takes precedence over everything. They got to get that all sorted, and then we'll be getting after it. But why is that? Well, because without writers writing and actors acting, we're in a pickle. Our dreams of a 2023 premiere vanish faster than a cowboy at a rodeo. We might have to wait till 2024 before we see another showdown at the Dutton Ranch. Who's gonna make it in Season 5 Part 2 and who's not? First off, Sheriff Donnie Haskell and Garrett Randall, yeah, they're riding off into the sunset. But it isn't all grim for the rest of the cast. Quite the opposite, actually. So, who's back in the saddle? Big man Kevin Costner, that's who. He's suiting up as John Dutton, the guy holding down the fort and keeping the wolves at bay. And yes, the rest of the Dutton clan is also back. We're talking about Beth, Casey, and Jamie, rounding up the family ties tighter than a lasso. And get ready for a reunion and then some. Rip Wheeler, Monica, Tate, and Chief Thomas Rainwater, they're all back and ready to make sparks fly. You know the friendly faces you see around the bunkhouse like Lloyd, Colby, Ryan, Walker, and Carter? Yep, they're all showing up. And get this, Teeter's a series regular now. Now, you remember Summer Higgins, right? She's missing in action right now, but we're crossing our fingers that she'll pop up later. But hold the phone, because Jimmy, yeah, that Jimmy, he's stepping out. He's not vanishing, he's just prepping to lead the charge on a new spin-off called 4 Sixes. And speaking of 4 Sixes, you want to know who's the one who bought the real-life 4 Sixes for almost $500 million? We will talk about that later in this video, and you won't believe it, so keep watching. Who does Lainey Wilson play in Yellowstone? You know Lainey Wilson, right? The country star with a voice that could make even the toughest cowboy shed a tear.
I sure did a lot of fast living out on the edge.
She's joining the Yellowstone family by stepping into the role of Abby, a character who's pretty much a mirror image of herself, a singer and performer. But Abby says, "No way, Jose," to date a cowboy. We know it's ironic for a country singer, but she's sailing close to a romantic storyline with Ian Bohen's character, Ryan. Lainey Wilson spilled the beans at Montana's Under the Big Sky Festival, letting us in on her excitement. She says, "I'm going to be a musician on the show named Abby."
Without even thinking, I said yes.
"And I get to share my music with a lot of the world who watches the show." Beth and Jamie, an intense Instagram clip. Do you remember that heart-stopping moment when Jamie takes out his biological dad? That wasn't just for kicks. He was saving his own skin and his reputation. Beth, the lioness that she is, captured it all on camera, and she made it clear that Jamie is now under her thumb. And her exact words are, you should have picked options 1 or 2, because you're mine now.
See, I want you to know it now so you can think about it.
And if you've been eyeing Yellowstone's official Instagram, you'll see it's been dropping some heavy hints about Season 5. And things don't look too rosy for Jamie. In a recent clip, Jamie asks Beth, "You're going to ruin everything, aren't you?" But now, fans are starting to see Jamie in a new light. Comments are flooding in like, "Team Jamie from the beginning. They treat him so bad. And he's the one who always cleans up their messes." And this comment is one of our favorites. She may not ruin everything, but as soon as Rip finds out a little tidbit of info, he for sure will ruin Jamie. Now, actress Kelly Riley, who plays Beth, has spilled that in the upcoming season, she got John fully backing her up. It's a family affair, and according to Kelly Riley, it's gonna be like working for the mob. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2. How many episodes? In a recent interview with Taylor Sheridan in The Hollywood Reporter, it gave us a new twist. Sheridan says the grand finale planned for John Dutton, played by Costner, is still on the table. What's the catch? There are ongoing discussions to film more scenes to wrap up his character. Now, Sheridan didn't hide his feelings and said, "His movie seems to be a great priority to him, and he wants to shift focus. I sure hope the movie is worth it, and that it's a good one. I'm disappointed. It truncates the closure of his character. It doesn't alter it, but it truncates it." You see, Season 5 Part 2 was initially just a 6-episode farewell, but Taylor Sheridan drops another bombshell. He says, "If I think it takes 10 episodes to wrap it up, Paramount Network will give me 10. It'll be as long as it needs to be." Yeah, the finale might just be bigger and better than we all thought. So whether Kevin Costner's John is riding into the sunset or facing a showdown, one thing is for sure. Taylor Sheridan will give us the ending this epic tale deserves. Yellowstone's new sequel with Matthew McConaughey. McConaughey is the Oscar winner himself. Now, this new installment is looking like a whole new rodeo with an all-new cast and location. It's a Yellowstone universe expansion. But what does that mean for our beloved characters from the original show? Well, it's more likely that our Yellowstone veterans won't saddle up for this new adventure. And Sheridan gave us a little insight when he says, "There's a lot of places where a way of life that existed for 150 years is slamming against a new way of life, but the challenges are completely different." And you might be wondering where this new story could possibly unfold. Well, Sheridan teases that there are a lot of places that this gripping story can take us. It was a new frontier, a new battle, but still the same drama and intensity that hooked us in the first place. The creator of Yellowstone just spent almost $500 million for the 4 Sixes Ranch. Sheridan has his eyes on this iconic Texas ranch for his next storytelling frontier. And the craziest part here is he now owns this historic land. Sheridan is not just writing about 4 Sixes, he's living it. He's taking his time to perfect it because Sheridan knows the real-life stories that make this land so special. But what does owning a ranch have to do with being a storyteller? Sheridan is a Texan, and for him, that means a lot more than just a title. Being a Texan today, he says, "You're carrying the whole state on your shoulders. Imagine walking into a room and not just representing yourself, but an entire way of life, a whole state. And in Texas, it's not just about swagger, it's about respect." Now, how does this all connect to the Duttons in Yellowstone? Well, that's still a secret wrapped up in a Texas-sized mystery. But we know that Sheridan's got more Yellowstone surprises up his sleeve. And with his new personal connection to the 4 Sixes Ranch, who knows where this story could lead? Leave your thoughts in the comments section because we will surely read them. Just like Gary Hill, who said, "I'm not a cowboy or a westerner, but this show Yellowstone was a well-made series. Great and outstanding, too." And one of our beloved viewers has a wish. "I hope they finish out all the series is and keep them going. It would be nice to see them all develop in their own way, then put them all together." So don't be shy about writing down your thoughts. And if you were interested to know the hottest news about Matthew McConaughey riding into the Yellowstone universe, this video right here is a must-watch. We spilled all the beans about his role in the Yellowstone universe. And you won't believe it, so just click it. Click it.